Well, good evening, everybody. I want to do this live. I want to introduce Ken Maurice. For those who don't know him, he's been with me a very, very long time. He was one of our MLA candidates in Alberta when we ran the Alberta Independence Party. He was one of the 67. He's a professional. He's high-spirited, very relaxed, very calm. Great man indeed. Has a great profession. He does a number of things. Pretty cool Albertan. There's lots of good Canadians out there. Ken is one of them, and I trust him without a doubt. There's lots of people who've been with me a long time. I know a lot of you don't see that activity, but these folks have been with me a very long time. Trust them without a doubt. And Ken wants to step up for all of Canada. He's not the only one, there's lots, but Ken is ready to take that role as leader. I'm not quitting the party. I'm not walking away from politics, folks. I have serious family commitments I am obligated to complete. It's my daughter. I'm doing that. Even right now, I get up every day, 4:45. I start work at 6 a.m. I run all the way to 8 p.m. It's literally that 4 a.m. to 9:30, 10 o'clock without even doing anything else. And that's the kind of work I'm going to be doing for the next 2 years. I have lots of financial responsibilities. It came up in regards to my daughter, and I have to see that through. What does that mean? It doesn't mean I quit the party or I quit all of this. It means I realize I can't commit to leader right now. I can't give the time to everybody that this party needs. Now, Ken can do that. It's not an end. It's just a transition. Ken wants to see it through. And he's going to need a lot of you, all the same people with me. He's going to need all of you. And I already know lots who are. I'm building PCC commissions. I've been doing that. Unfortunately, with certain social media avenues, I couldn't make them as large as I want because they wouldn't let you bring that many people in. It means Zoom. Over the next few weeks after this particular job I'm done with, I'm going to coordinate with Ken. We're already planning our day to sit down. He's going to take the signature drive. Folks, there's already nearly 1,000 Canadians who signed on the dotted line, signed their registration forms. Huge battle, as you must go across Canada. And we do. We have everybody from every province. We do. We have it covered. And in fact, we're almost five times what's required. I think registration should go. We want to do that very soon this fall because if I wait out the 2 years, put it on hold, people move on, people move, things change, and all of a sudden what was isn't there anymore. And I'm sure there's still going to be a percentage of that, but the quicker we do it, the better we will going forward. And we want to run in 2024. So there needs to be a website. There needs to be a chartered Canadian accountant registered with the party. That's a federal requirement. In fact, there's 14 pages of responsibilities, items that have to be filled out. There's a societal board, the party board, all that I'm going to work through Ken with in the coming weeks when I have a few days. And I want to get right back to work. I have an aggressive schedule for the next 2 years. Doesn't mean I quit. Doesn't mean I'm leaving it all behind. We're just transitioning. Somebody else needs to take that role. There are some financial commitments that I didn't have a problem doing. It means a good, strong group of you getting together and seeing those commitments happen. And I'm sorry that had to be. I really thought, I will finish my next 2 jobs. That will be nearly paid, all those commitments, and working towards my Florida goals. But all that's on hold. And again, I'm sorry. That's how life is. That's what life is like for working Joe Janes. I shouldn't really have to explain that to my fellow Canadians as we all go through it in different respects, I guess, in different conditions. Some maybe never, but more so than not, many people go through similar things that I'm happen to be going through right now. Nobody saw it coming. I didn't want that. I didn't see that reality until it was literally thrown in my lap, and that's where we're going. But again, I'm not quitting. We're not throwing anything in the garbage. Everybody has to settle down, because you can't expect things to be solved in days or hours. Politics is not solved in days and hours. It takes many, many, many years. If you want real change, you have to stay with something for decades and decades. South Africa and apartheid, that took many, many decades. Of all the atrocities, it was actually, by the time it hit the international community at the highest level, the victorious allies of World War II, when they finally brought it forward, it still took them over 30 years. Nelson Mandela rotted in jail for 30 years. Many South Africans native to that country were brutalized all the way through. But in the end, with the resilience and the steadfast focus of those involved, they won the day. It isn't snap of a finger, do for me, get this done for me, make this work for me right now. If you think that this really isn't for you, or it's not going to be in the capacity you think you should be in. I learned this valuable lesson way back in 2019. A lot of folks get into things for the wrong reasons, and certain things stand out when things happen, and people all of a sudden it snap the finger, you do this or you do that, or I expect this, I expect that. It's not I, it's we, and we do this together. I learned lots of lessons I'm going to be imparting on Ken. Ken already knows a lot of the lessons. He got to live them and see them and go through it with us, the trials and tribulations. And there's even more. And it doesn't mean certain people are going to get kicked out. No, it just means maybe what you think you wanted out of this party or your role in it, that won't work for you. It doesn't mean you're kicked out. It's just we have to have people focused, not rigid, not demanding, not expecting more than what's rationally available or normal in any real situation. And I did have quite a few people that really shocked me just in this last week, and some of the messaging I got and commenting, and it's like, listen, things don't just snap of a finger fix to the way you like it. People don't get paid for this stuff. It's a lot out of pocket for people, a tremendous amount of time at very minimum, and it's not good to get in the business of demanding or expecting people to dance to your drum or beat when you yourself aren't capable of that. And I think that's the problem we have with some people. And again, it doesn't mean they're kicked out. It's just the roles they envision themselves with. It's not for you. And it's another learning lesson. I was shocked, and I told people, just settle down. We're just going through a transition, and it has to be done. I wish I could commit all my resources to the party. I wish I could commit all my time, but that isn't going to happen in the next 2 years. And I'm not upset about it. And again, I haven't quit the party. I'm not folding up tent. When my personal issues are dealt with in the next 2 years, I will rise like everybody else. To what capacity, we'll see. I'm always going to be involved and active over these 2 years, yes, but not in the role of leader. You need somebody who's available all the time, someone who's there on a daily basis or close to, and Ken is going to be that. He has a great work schedule. He has an interesting set of careers. We're going to do a live split screen so everybody can get to know Ken and know all about Ken, but we're going to do that in a few weeks when we're both home from work. He travels a lot all over the place, and you'll get to learn his career and his career paths, plural, and you get to know all about him. He's a great guy, very strong spirit. I'd say he's a spiritualist kind of person. He's really in touch with humanity, And that's what makes Ken just fantastic. And I think you're all going to get a real good kick out of Ken. He's quite the guy. He's an excellent, excellent, upstanding Canadian. And he wants to do this. And I know there's a lot of you that do too. And I know I have a great set of people committed to this. They're not going to have any problem going forward with this. And we will all work through it together. And anyone who wants to get involved, not a problem. Again, nobody's getting kicked out. I just need sometimes people chill, relax. Nothing is ever solved in a day. We don't rush through anything. There's no reason to rush anything. 2025 is 2025. 2024, some elections, very small. It's a great way to get the party noticed, and that's why it's important for the registration. But if people think that some magical wave of a wand is going to change the mentality of Canadians or win the day overnight, that's not going to happen. And I hope people understand that this is, you commit to. That's why we have a federal registered founding membership, a real one. It's with you for the rest of your life. And that's important. It's important because it's a long-term commitment. You can't expect the world to move in one election or in a race to an election. It doesn't work that way. And anyone involved in our party should already know that. If you're really, really deeply involved in our party, you'd know that flip-flop, liberal conservative, nothing ever got better. Never did. Never did. Contrary to what everybody says, one government just borrows more than the last. And it's over and over. The Canadians get angry, and on a whim, snap, we're going to have election, and boom, we voted the other party. But nothing changed. PCC is all about fixing and changing the system. That takes a long time. That takes a lot, possibly, of elections. That takes a lot of actively engaging the public and growing your base. That takes time. And if people aren't willing to commit their time, that's okay. But you're not going to be handed some kind of key to running things when, you don't have the composure for even the little things. If you're sweating and blowing up over the little things, I don't know what to tell you. Rome wasn't built in a day, and this isn't going to be built in a day either, but we will be ready for 2025. Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned. I'm still not going to be very active, but me and Ken are in the process. We're going to get the commission board and a lot of other people not in that social media one because it's just not enough room. I found out there wasn't enough room. Doesn't mean anyone's been excluded. And people got to take a deep breath and reach out. Don't be scared to reach out and say, hey, what do you want of me? Or is there a possibility to get involved in this? Of course, there is for everybody in our party. I've never been one to seclude people. I mean, if we get radicals and crazies or people promoting things that have nothing to do with our party, and they have individualistic ideas and goals that, again, have nothing to do with the platform we're trying to build, obviously, goodbye, part ways, see ya. But other than that, this is what we're doing. We're going forward. Nothing's going to disappear. We've come so far, so much resources and money, it's really not a whole lot. That page 14 of the registration package is huge. It's massive. Literally, again, 1,000 of them we got. I've been all over Canada, and lots of folks have helped me raise those. So nobody lose it. We're going to be okay. Watch in the next 2 weeks. The only thing that's happening is my activity level is going way down. My work scope of my personal life is going way up. That's all that's happening. I didn't quit the party. I'm not folding up tent. It's that I can't be the leader when I can't commit any time or any real resources or money. We need somebody else to take that role, and somebody is, and that's going to be Ken Maurice. And you're all going to get to know him in the next couple weeks. Thank you. That's my video. Share. Get it out there. Bye now.